Hey Dave, what you doing?
Making slabs.
You're making slabs.
Yeah. Well, actually right now I'm getting the rocks out of the bottom of a tree stump so that I can make a slab out of it without tearing up my chain on my chainsaw. But then I will be cutting another slab off of this.
What you gonna do with the slabs?
What do you do with the slabs? I'm not sure yet. Maybe make a table.
Alright, well hang on a second. Let me come down there and get a closer look. Okay, so give me some details. Tell me what you're doing again. You're taking rocks out.
Okay, so this right here is an apple tree stump, just like this apple tree right over here. And so when we moved here, it was already dead and it had already been cut off, and they had turned the stump into kind of a little fake planter thing.
Was this the plant stand tree?
The plant stand.
Oh.
So we grubbed it out and pulled it and ripped it out of the ground. We brought it up here. It had already been curing effectively or rotting is maybe better, for a couple of years at that point. So it wasn't too hard to get out. And so I kept it, just thinking that one of these days we'd take the chainsaw to it. And
I don't think you had a chainsaw when that came out. Someone was really nice to you.
Yes, someone was. A really nice chainsaw.
Yeah. Happy anniversary, I think it was, right?
I don't know.
I think it was. Anyway.
Sometime when you were being nice to me.
I know.
Even amongst all the mean things.
Yeah, the usual.
Making hot chocolate. So, one of the things I found in doing this is, so I left it out here in the weather for at least a year.
Yeah.
And I sprayed off the bottom with water hose with a high pressure nozzle on it and everything else. And figured it was reasonably clean. And as soon as I started cutting slabs off of this, I realized that the roots, as they grow, they entrain all of those little rocks in pockets of dirt and stuff like that, and that is just terrible on your chainsaw chain.
Oh yeah.
It just spills almost immediately. So what I have learned to do then is to go through and clear all of the punky wood, and in doing that, because you don't want the punky wood anyway.
Right.
Right? So as I'm clearing the punky wood, I'm also getting out all of the dirt and the rocks and everything else that's in there. And so I'm saving my chainsaw chain. So I've got this, this is a S-wing hatchet, so you know they come with the leather ring handles on them.
Yeah.
And this being the Pacific Northwest, even in the garage,
Little mold.
started getting like a white mold on it. So
Nice.
I cleaned it all off and everything else, and sure enough, November rolls around and it starts growing again. So
Imagine that.
And that had been dinged up and everything anyway. So I cut that off and I wrapped it. I've got 3 wraps of paracord on it, and it's just not quite enough bulk to be comfortable in the hand. And so I figured this was a good tool for doing this.
Okay.
Because it doesn't matter if I chip another one or something like that.
So I'm gonna wander closer
Sure.
and bring our friends with us here.
Sure. So what I'm trying to do is kind of get something like what we've got here, where it's all cleaned out. Go over here, and actually this is just like one side slab. I've already slabbed the rest of it, and I can show everyone that.
That's pretty cool, Dave. Honestly, that's so interesting looking.
So I'm getting rid of a lot of this punkier stuff, and like you see all the dirt and everything.
There's dirt.
Out of here.
Yeah, you don't expect to see dirt like up in a tree.
Yeah.
Oh, Akila's here to help.
Yes.
Hi, sweetheart.
I'm getting some. I mean, there's big rocks that are like, I'll be up like 6 inches or so up into these underneath here and digging out, and where the roots have created like a pocket or something, and there's a pocket of dirt and rocks. And so, you know, you hit those with the chain and the sparks start flying and the chain's dull almost immediately, and
So
you go from creating nice shavings like this, right, where it's
yeah,
cutting real nice,
yeah,
right, to, you know, cutting,
oh,
you know, little powdery stuff like that.
that's a big difference.
Yeah.
That's a pretty blatant, big difference.
And it cuts a lot slower, and you're using a lot more effort, and the saw's having to work harder, and so it's just not a good thing. So anyway, once I get it cleaned out, then what I'll do is I'll prop it up or do something where I can get it in the position to where I want to cut. And if I need to, I can either just do it by eye, or I can put some notches in where I want to cut to give myself a sight line to follow.
Yeah.
Or you can take a snap cord.
Yeah.
So that's like one of those, you know, you do it for making a line on a...
For paint chalk thing?
Yeah, so, so it's like a blue or a red or white or whatever, black chalk, and so you do that, and it's kind of tough when you have big open spaces like that, but you can lay your chalk line where you want it to be, you can snap that, and then go back over it with like a heavy pencil, like a carpenter's pencil.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that, so that, because once this thing starts going, you're creating a lot of air movement and stuff like that, and you can blow that off, or you know, get rubbed off with the chips and whatever else.
Yeah.
So that makes it a little more permanent. And one of the things with the swirly grain and everything, you have to be kind of careful. When I was first starting, I was trying to do like some plunge cuts and things like that. And one of the things I found was that I was making a lot of things where I would, you know, not be where I wanted to be, because the grain was causing the saw to turn or flex a little bit or something, and so I wasn't being able to stay on the line.
Right.
With stuff, but that's okay, because I'll go back over with a hand plane later and clean those up and flatten them out.
Right.
And make them all nice and pretty, and that'll expose the grain and everything else.
Should we show folks the pieces you've already cut off? Because there's some really cool ones. Although I'm loving the bottom of that with the punky stuff removed. I almost want to, I don't know, cut the tree trunk off.
I mean, make a cut here so that you have all of those sticking up, make it like a centerpiece on one of the others or something.
Or just a centerpiece on a table, or could it be? I don't know. It's so interesting looking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll make plans for all of it, and maybe leave you with something. But
anyway, so I've got the chainsaw here. I've got two different bars for it. I've got 18 and a 25.
Okay.
And the 25 is too much for this saw. It tends to get bogged down a little bit, but I want the extra bar length for making those long lines.
Right.
And then once I get going pretty well with that, then it makes sense to switch back over to the 18-inch bar and work with that. And one of the nice things is that you move it to whatever position you want. It's small enough that you can deal with it. I mean, you know, it's not light, but it's not unmanageable.
Well, and it's certainly lighter than it was when you started working on it. That's a third of it, basically.
So
that's a cool looking, I don't know, it's art in itself. It reminds me of those, the apple snags that we cut out that I keep wanting to kind of peel the stuff off of, because they make sculptures on their own.
When you get like 2 or 3 years of different limbs that have grown twisted around each other and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right. So shall we go look at the stuff you've cut?
Yeah, sure. A couple other things though.
Oh, okay.
One of the other things that comes in real handy is and our trees out on the property right now are pretty small, so you don't end up using them for much of anything. Not only use it to keep from pinching your saw when you're cutting a tree down.
Right.
Not really necessary when your trees are relatively small.
Right.
The biggest ones right now are like 12-inch,
right,
8-inch diameter. So you really don't need them very often, but they can be really handy for sticking into these, and then if you hit it with your chainsaw, you take a little chunk out of your wedge.
Oh yeah. But that's better than the metal one, right?
But you're not damaging your chain.
Right.
You know, these are consumable, quote unquote.
Right. So those are coming in handy for sure.
Yes, they are.
All right. Are we ready to go look at the other stuff? All right, let's go.
Back up and take a look at them.
Okay, come on, okay, pups. So we're up in the car challenge garage, and obviously the dogs have followed. Two of the dogs are here. Honey's staying out of the limelight. She's shy. So we've got our slabs that you've.
Over here. Come on, move. Excuse me. Thank you.
Good job.
Well,
good job.
Okay, so over here. Thank you. So these are some of the slabs that we've already cut.
Okay.
So you can see you've got some interesting grain patterns and things.
That's the one I think is a dog, except right now it's upside down. Akila.
So, Akila said dog?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, see, I think that's a dog. He's looking up, so his mouth is open and he's smiling, and then those bottom things are his legs, and then obviously he has a really large tail. So he needs some work on the back end, but I see a dog when I look at that.
Yeah, and so some of this is kind of punky and bark and stuff like that, so you won't want to leave that in there because it just won't.
Hey, you're taking his mouth out.
End up with a good product. I mean, this is all just dirt and
yeah.
stuff. I mean, it's not. So what you can do to support that then is you can cut like a dovetail there, dovetail here, and so you make kind of like a bow tie looking piece, and you can do it with a contrasting wood or something like that, and you can put it in a place that is aesthetically pleasing, and then that will tie the pieces together to give it some support, so it's not hanging out there all by its little lonesome. Otherwise, it'd be real easy to break that off. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So you can do that, and you can see where, because it has been outside, it's got some water into it, so that'll dry out. You can see here, like where the cut goes awry a little bit, and you end up with where you have little flaps of stuff, and so as you use the hand planer on that, then that'll take all that down and smooth all that out.
Okay.
So yeah, there's one there, and then move this one out of the way. They're all like 1 inch to 2 inches thick. These are a couple of the bigger ones that are about 2 to 3 inches thick.
It's really beautiful greens and swirls, and
see some of the swirling action down here. And
yep.
So it's interesting, and once we take the hand plane to it, we'll see what we actually have. But it looks like it'll be kind of cool.
Yep. Some future tables, some future art.
You see, like that one's got some really nice swirls down towards the bottom. It's pretty cool. And then one of the things to keep in mind is that even the offcuts from little areas can be kind of interesting. You can make those into.
I'm coming into that. That's the screaming flame head.
Screaming flame head.
Yes, that's exactly what I see when I look at that. The screaming flame head.
Kind of cool because you even get the texture from the saw right there.
And then this, I absolutely love this piece, and so I'm going to take folks on a sort of tour of it here visually with the different markings, and I wish I knew more about why they're there. Like maybe 1 year was a drought, and 1 year was a lot of rain, and 1 year there was a bunch of growth, and 1 year. But I feel like there's such a story.
Part of it is as you come out of the root and into the stump.
That's true.
Into the base of the tree here, you've got that curve.
Yep.
It's kind of the same thing here. You got some areas where, I mean, these are basically knots. I got some areas that are from critters, and some a little bit of worm action there. This darker color right here is water. So it was probably sitting the other way, and the water cooled in this area here, and then was soaking in, and so that has made that, and hopefully that will clear up a little bit.
Yeah.
As it dries out, and so we can make that nice and pretty.
Yeah, that one I just want to hang on a wall in the opposite, like you're hanging it upside down in my mind. Yes. That is how I see that hanging on a wall, and I love it.
Yeah. Nice little spot here where it hit a limb.
Yeah.
Because that's what the knots are, is they're the limbs
coming out of the...
from where they started their growth.
That makes sense.
So if you look at this, you're just like the rest of the thing, you can see how much it has grown. Because it started out as this little tiny thing, you know, way back here somewhere. Grew out, and then we cut across that.
That's really interesting, Hanson. They're really great. Lots of fun. I think you've been having fun out here working on this.
Well, it's been kind of a challenge. You know, you can do this with what they call an Alaskan sawmill.
Yeah.
Which is an assembly of bars that you use to space where you want your chainsaw compared to the top. So you start out, you take a cut off the top using a couple of 2x4s that you have to the side of the log. And so you take that off and then use that
as a measure
flat surface as your guide for the rest as you go down.
Gotcha.
You just take off slabs. And so I don't own one of those.
Yet.
So I'm doing this all freehand. You know, if you do have an Alaskan sawmill or something similar, you could just, you know, once you got started, you could just take slabs off and be very consistent with your depth. I'm not real consistent, and it's one of the reasons why the grain tends to throw me off a little bit when I'm making deeper cuts, is because I don't have anything that is holding the bar in line.
I also feel like it's given you a good chance to get to know your chainsaw a little better too.
Well, something different than just you know, taking out small brushy trees that need to
Scotch broom.
Get out of the way. Scotch broom, run amok, things like that. So it's something a little different, and it's going to be kind of nice to, in the middle of winter, be able to come out here and work on one of these things and turn it into something hopefully pretty.
Well, we'll catch everyone up when after we do that. We'll show off the pieces.
Finished product. By the way, Movember.
Oh yeah.
What's the other one?
No Shave November.
No Shave November.
It's really just an excuse for you to not shave your face and to freak me out because I'm not a big fan of facial hair.
I'm not a big fan of how much gray is in my facial hair. I'm kind of...
I can understand why. You have almost as much. We match now. All right. Cool beans.
All right. Talk to you later.